Nestled at the foot of the Carpathian Mountains, in the heart of Transylvania, I stumbled upon one of the cutest small towns in Eastern Europe. Sibiu is a perfectly preserved medieval village where towering Gothic steeples pierce the skyline and winding colorful alleys lead to sprawling sunlit squares. Although I had hardly heard of Sibiu before my journey across Romania, I quickly fell in love with one of Europe's most enchanting towns, and here's how it went.
Good morning, guys, and welcome to Sibiu, Romania. Sibiu is this really adorable, well-preserved medieval town right in the center of Romania, in the heart of Transylvania. And this old medieval town dates back to about the 12th century, and you have a couple of the remaining walls that surrounded this medieval city. And then in the heart of the old town here, you have all of these pedestrian streets lined with colorful old buildings. And one thing about Sibiu is it's called the Town of Eyes because on the roofs of these old buildings in the old town here, you have some of these little slitted windows that almost look like little eyes that are staring down at you as you're walking around the cobblestone old street, which is really unique. And then in the heart of the old town here, you have a couple of these large plazas, and then you have these church spires and towers that are all throughout the old town here. So this morning we're starting right in the large square, and in the large square here you have a lot of the main sites. You have the Catholic basilica, you have the city hall, you have the Brukenthal old palace, which has been turned into a museum, and then you have the council tower right over here. And then all along the large square here you have a lot of open air cafes and restaurants where you can sit, and it's just this big open plaza. So I'm sure like during the summer there's a lot of events here, and then in the winter I know they have a nice Christmas market in this massive town square. So anyways, since we're starting in the large square here, I'm going to start by heading into the Catholic basilica, which is right in the heart of Sibiu here. So yeah, let's start by heading into the church. Just entered the Catholic basilica here, and the interior, you just have this high domed ceiling, and it has this very pink and gold look to it. In here you have these chandeliers that go down the middle. Right at the front of the church you just have this beautiful artwork and altar, and then all along the sides here you have these very colorful stained glass windows, and then again you just have all of these really tall pink and gold pillars along the sides here. So that was the inside of the Roman Catholic Basilica right off of the Great Square of Sibiu here. And that was built in about 1723, so it's just about 300 years old, and it's built in this Baroque style. So anyways, we're back in the Great Square here, and then as you cut through this little tunnel to the smaller square, there's the Council Tower, which is one of the main icons here in Sibiu, and you can go up the Council Tower for 2 leu, which is just about 50 cents, so it's very cheap to go up there, and you'll just get these nice views looking back on the old squares here and some of the church steeples that surround. So yeah, let's head up this 12th century tower. just climbed up the stairs of the council tower here, and I'm right up above the old medieval town of Sibiu. You can look down on the Great Square over here and the Catholic church that we were just in. And then you can come over on this side and you can look over the Lutheran cathedral, which we'll be exploring later, which just has this beautiful Gothic look to it with these beautiful mosaics on top of the church roof there. And then you're looking down on the small square. And then off in the distance, you can see the Carpathian Mountains. It's only 50 cents to come up here. So I actually came up here last night at sunset as well. And so if you get the chance to come up here for sunset, you just get this beautiful golden glow over some of the mountains and the old town. So yeah, very cool and very worth it for just the 50 cents. So yeah, let's enjoy some of these views overlooking this old medieval town. Just come down from the council tower, and that was an incredible view of the old town from up there. And now we are in the small square, which is another little plaza that's just on the other side of the council tower here. And in the small square you have a lot more of these like street side cafes, little restaurants, and there's some little shops along this alleyway here. And then right through the middle of the small square you have this road that descends down from the upper town down into the lower town of Sibiu. And right across the road that takes you down to lower town is the Bridge of Lies, which I'm on right now, which is an iron wrought bridge that has some old legends and myths surrounding it. But from up on the Bridge of Lies you get this beautiful view looking down towards the lesser town and then looking back up at the council tower. And as we cross the Bridge of Lies here, we go from the small square and we head towards the Lutheran church, which is that beautiful Gothic cathedral that we were seeing from the council tower. So yeah, let's cross the Bridge of Lies here and check out this other church in Sibiu. As I've just walked across the Bridge of Lies from the small square there, and we are right in front of the Lutheran Cathedral, which is probably the most impressive building here in Sibiu. We got a really nice view of it from the council tower, but it's an old 14th century Gothic cathedral with a towering spire. And again, from the top of the council tower, you could really appreciate all of the mosaic tiles on the roof. And I think it's about $3 to enter the cathedral, and that also includes going up the Gothic spire, which will give us some more really nice views overlooking the medieval town of Sibiu. So let's head in the church and check it out. Just entered the Lutheran Cathedral here, and it's actually very clean and lightly colored in here, which is weird for a Gothic cathedral. You have these white walls and these gray stones. The township here, so you have a couple of these crypts as you enter, and they have these stone inscriptions in them. And then it's very monochromatic for the most part, but then all the way at the front you have this one painting here, and then you have an altar, and then you have some very simple stained glass with some nice geometric and floral patterns to it. Anyways, I've just walked around the interior of the church here, and then my ticket also includes going up the church tower to get another overview of this medieval city. So yeah, let's head to the tower. are right past the bell, which you can see, which was pretty cool. And we are up on top of the tower, and there's these 4 spires that come off the tower. So you can go into these 4 little cloisters on the corners here, and they kind of take you out above, and then you get these little slitted windows that you can look down on the old town beneath us, and you can see some of the other church steeples. You can see the council tower. You can look right down on the roof of this church, which just has these really cool, colorful mosaic tiles, and then you can just look down on all of the colorful buildings of the old town, and it just looks like a little toy European town from up here. You're very high, a lot higher than the council tower, and just beautiful views. You can see the mountains in the distance, and yeah, totally worth the extra $1 to come up to the top of the tower of the church here. That was the inside of the Lutheran Gothic cathedral here, and going up the tower, and again that was about 15 Lu, or about $3 to do all of that. And one thing I forgot to mention in the cathedral too is in the back there's one of the largest organs in southeastern Europe is back there. So very beautiful cathedral, nice views from the top of the tower. And anyways, from up here, we're back in the upper town of Sibiu, but just behind the cathedral here and throughout the upper town, there's some cool little stairs that'll take you down to the lower town. So let's head down to the lower town, check that out. Most of the stuff to see is in the upper town here, but we'll just walk around lower town, get a look at that. And there's some like colorful homes and winding alleys down there. So yeah, let's head to lower town. I've just walked down the stairs to the lower town of Sibiu here, which is just a series of these really cute little winding streets. You have these really colorful homes, and it seems a lot more residential. There are a few like little shops and cafes that have some nice street side dining, and then as you're walking these little cobblestone alleyways, you'll get these nice views looking back up at the upper town, and you'll see the Lutheran church, the big Gothic cathedral, just standing over this part of the lower town. But anyways, we're gonna weave our way through lower town here, and on the edge of the lower town near the river is the Sibiu market, which is a little local produce and meat market. So yeah, let's head out and check out the market. I've just made it down to the Sibiu market here, and there's quite a few of these fresh market vegetable stalls. You have a lot of different vegetables and herbs, and like very colorful place, smells very fresh. And then along the edge you have some meat sellers, some butchers, some cheese shops, and yeah, very cool place. Cool to see like a little local Romanian market here. And again, we're just on the edge of the lower town of Sibiu here. So yeah, very colorful, cool place to check out. That was a very cool, very authentic look into the Romanian life here. Just fresh market, just very colorful and pretty lively there, and like no tourists at all. So anyways, we're gonna walk back through the lower town here, head up to the upper town, and there's a few more churches and other historic buildings I want to check out in the upper town. So yeah, let's head that way. We have just come back up to the upper town of Sibiu, and right on the edge is the Orthodox cathedral, which was built in 1902. So it's a fairly modern church here, and it was built based off of the Hagia Sophia in Turkey with this big dome, and then it has this very distinct look with these red and yellow striped bricks that just go up these two towers in front of the dome. So yeah, let's head in and check out the Orthodox cathedral here in Sibiu. Was the Orthodox cathedral here, and that was just stunning interior. You just had every square inch of the place was covered in beautiful artwork and paintings, and then there's this giant dome with a picture of Jesus just looking right down on you, and then you have some beautiful light streaming through these stained glass windows, and just absolutely incredible, very beautiful interior there. And then even the outside having just this red and yellow striped brick is just very unique. So anyways, just 2 blocks behind here is the Nicolae Bălescu Street, which is the main walking street where a lot of the shops and restaurants are that take you through the old town and take you back to the large square in the center of Sibiu. So yeah, let's just go for a little stroll down the main avenue here. We have just walked all the way down the Nicholas Bălescu Street, which is lined with a lot of cafes and some of the main shops of the old town here, and it takes you into the large square. So we're back where we started this morning, and just a few blocks from here are just a few of the remaining walls that used to surround the medieval city. So yeah, let's head over and check those out. We have just walked a couple blocks to the southern edge of the old town here, and we have what remains of the old wall that surrounded the medieval city, and we have 2 watchtowers that have survived since about the 12th century here, and then a little bit of the wall, and it's 2 lei, or about 50 cents, to head into the tower. You can walk along the wall here and head up some of the towers. So yeah, let's check out some of these old medieval fortifications. I've just entered the tower, and the first tower you can go up, and there's a lot of like information on some of the old guilds and different craftsmen that lived in this area. And you can go up the tower, and there are these little slitted windows that the archers used to see where their enemies were coming from. And then you can walk along this little alleyway that's like right above the wall here, and you're looking down on some cobblestone streets, and you can see a couple of these little like turret holes that look out of the wall here. So yeah, let's keep walking along the wall. So those were the two towers and the little bit of the wall that remains from the medieval Gothic period of the city of Sibiu. So very cool to see. Again, from the towers, you're not getting the best views. Those were definitely on the church towers and the council tower, where we got amazing views of the city. But cool to just see this old wall of defense and just think of when that used to defend this city from the Ottomans and other invasions from that medieval time period. Anyways, with that, that's about the last thing that I wanted to show you guys here on our little city tour of Sibiu. But what just an adorable little Romanian town here in the Transylvania region. Just so cute, very colorful, very quaint, very walkable. Like it only took 5 or 10 minutes to walk to every little place, yet very lively. Lots of street cafes and music and big open plazas where lots of things will be going on. And then yeah, just seeing a couple of those old churches and going inside and then going up the towers and getting incredible views overlooking this adorable little town was just such a cool surprise for me. I really had never heard of Sibiu about a week ago, so this was just a complete surprise and just such a lovely little experience here on my journey across the Transylvania region of Romania. So yeah, hopefully this gives you some ideas of some things that you can see and do on your trip through Sibiu and the Transylvania region. And yeah, if it did, definitely leave a comment and subscribe to see more of my trip here across Europe. And next I'll be heading to Brasov tomorrow, which is another cute little colorful town in the Transylvania region, and I'm excited to show you guys what we see and do there. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time in Brasov.